What's up guys, Die Gaming here, and today we'll be looking at the Tetrio character system. And you know, I'm not super big in the Tetris scene, but this is crazy to me. I've literally never seen anything like this. Like I've seen like power-ups in games and like sort of like different game modes for Tetris, but never have I ever seen a character system. And so I'm super hyped to see that my favorite battle Tetris game, Tetrio, is coming out with a character system. And pretty much it's just overhauling how 1v1 games are, and it adds in playable characters. And you know, they kind of go in and they explain, you know, who's behind it. Shout out to OSK and Garbo. Yeah, and they go into reasons, you know, why they have this system, you know, the depth, the strategy. But I know what we're all here for. I know what you all want to see. We want to see the warning, 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 nothing on this page is final documentation section. Okay, so pretty much there will be 8 characters on release, which is super sick, and they have 2 skills, both a passive and an active. So the passive is like what it sounds, right? It's always in the back and it's always running, and the active, of course, is you press a key and then you have an active ability. And then this is super hype because just like being able to sort of control and strategize around your character's own skill is gonna be super cool. But yeah, so you start at level 1, and as the game progresses, you can go up to level 10. Alright, so let's take a look at the table now. So here's levels 1 through 10. More on how XP is gained later, but pretty much what you need to know from this table, what I found out, I actually had the opportunity to message OSK, the creator of Tetrio, and talk about some of the things I was a little confused with. For instance, this line here, T-spin send 1 line. So currently, T-spin doubles in-game will send 4 lines. So I was a little confused. I was just thinking, okay, there's no way they're going to nerf T-spins that hard. So is this like a 5-line T-spin now? Or is this like a 3-line T-spin? You know, it's only 1 additional line. No. T-spins are now sending 1 line per line clear. So your T-spin double is only going to be clearing 2 lines at level 1. And this is taking down a lot of those beginning strategies of doing an early T-spin for 4 quick lines, early T-spin double for 4 quick lines. That's a pretty big nerf. But immediately at level 2, as soon as you level up, T-spins are back, and you know that's good. It'll actually give for some interesting strategies and interesting gameplay instead of people just running quick T-spins at the beginning. We see that level 3, skill tier up, more on skills and tiers later. Level 4, quads and T-spins in a 2 combo or higher send +1. So this is pretty much just giving a little bit of bonus to those players that like to sort of downstack / like combo into things. And this is solid because, you know, you can't just like clear off 1 line and then do a Tetris and then it'll give you a +1. You know, it's not like that. You have to at least get 2 combos, so you got to clear off 2 lines off the top, and then, you know, do your quad. Sorry. After that, level 5, we've got improved back-to-backs. This is really good, actually. So pretty much back-to-back before would just be 4 for a quad, and then let's say you do another one, it would send 5, and these would be like straight down, right? So it'd be like 1 well, where the opponent can kind of just like put a straight in and clear it, and then it would be another well of 5, and they would just be straight. And so these were really easy to clear, but with this improved back-to-back, you get 4 + 1, which means that this one like block has a chance to be somewhere else, and that's really annoying to deal with because nothing can just line up instantly anymore. Level 6, it is skill tier 3. 7 is improved triples. So triples now send 1+1 as opposed to just 2. This is also solid. You know, honestly, hopefully you're not really sending triples. But if you are, you know, this is pretty good. Level 7 to me, it's okay. The quad power up is good. Quad sending 5. That's just an extra bonus line. That's nice. Especially because now you would have the quad power up and the improved back-to-backs. So that'd be pretty solid. We've got skill tier level 4 at level 9, and then finally at level 10, the all power up. Whenever you attack, send an additional separate 1 garbage line. So that's pretty crazy. But you do have to make it all the way to level 10, and your opponent's probably also going to be there. And this pretty much just ends the game faster, honestly. So moving forward, talking about stored lines and XP/focus. Pretty much how the system works is as you send lines, some of that becomes like this bar. This bar will fill up as you send lines. And don't worry, it does not retract from your lines. It's just sending lines gives you XP as well. The current rate of natural conversion, so here over time your stored lines will be naturally converted into XP, is at 0.2 XPs per second, but of course this is highly subject to change. And that's pretty bad. That's really slow. So you don't want to just go for you know, this passive XP gain, because you can only store a total of 8 lines. Any more than that, and you're just wasting your XP. So that's why there's also the focus system. And basically, if you don't do anything for 2 seconds, you will instantly convert 2 stored lines into XP, and convert at a rate of 2 XP per second until focus ends. So this is really good because this is a fast way to sort of convert your attack lines into XP, convert your bar. It adds an element of deeper strategy because, you know, you can't just play quickly anymore. You've got to think about where you're going to pause and hopefully level up. I was asking OSK about this focus system, and they said that the XP is 1 line to 1 XP, and that this is before all character modifications. So let's say your character lets you have a bonus like 2 attack on something. That does not count into your 8 lines of XP. But yeah, that's pretty much the sort of table, the new leveling table, and the new way to get these levels. Moving on, skill tiers. With skill tiers, pretty much there are 4 skill tiers, 1, 2, 3, 4, as you saw on this table. And your character skill levels up, basically. And they have their own sort of scaling. This ends up being is it more worth it for me to pause the game, you know, with the focus and the stored XP for my character, or is it I just rush this person, screw the XP, hopefully while they're waiting I get a tactical advantage and I can crush them? And that is very dependent on what kind of character you're playing, and this moves me into the characters. So this is just some quick notation. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the skill tiers, and then 1x4 would be, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 garbage lines with 1 hole, like staggered. 2x2 would be 2 and 2, and of course, just the 4 garbage lines would be just a straight. None of these are final. They're all working names, but I do want to go over them anyways. The Thief is a they say it's a quintessential noob character. It's a 1-star difficulty character, and basically it's the passive is that this character is not rewarded for regular clears, like, at all. So and this is confirmed by OSK. Basically, you cannot do singles, doubles, or triples. They will not clear anything. And so then the combo table is then replaced with sending just a bonus 4 lines every 6 clears in a combo. So this is a pretty interesting change. You can see that Thief would be way better with having a bonus 4 lines every 3. That would be pretty good, because then as soon as you clear 3 lines in any way, shape, or form, at least to my understanding, you will send a bonus 4 lines, and that's pretty solid, as long as you sort of rush that XP. The active is pretty cool. You literally just yoink your opponent's next eyepiece. It requires you to, look over and see that they have an eyepiece, which isn't too bad. You just look over and they're like, oh, they have an eyepiece, yoink, and then you just take it. And then if you score using it, you steal half of your opponent's stored lines. So XP stealer, basically, and that's pretty solid, because it also slows them down for getting XP. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all that Thief is. Moving on to Shield. Shield, it has a very interesting kit. Pretty much you don't attack when you attack. To kind of explain that is your attacks now build a shield instead of sending. And so pretty much, let's say you do a quad, instead of actually sending your opponent lines, you now have a shield that will shield that many lines. And this shield will take effect whenever your opponent sends you lines, but you instantly use your shield as an attack when you stop clearing. So pretty much this is a shield, and then this keeps our shield, and then this sends our whole shield as an attack. That's pretty much what the passive is. But the active is really cool. It's called Unbreakable, and pretty much you gain a X line Aegis shield. You can see that's 1, 2, 4, and 5 based on your skill tier. For 10 seconds, up to that amount won't be released by placing a block that doesn't clear. This means, let's say I send a quad and then I place the square on the right, then I will still have a 1-line shield. And if you receive garbage, so by receiving, they mean garbage entering your garbage queue. So this does not include, let's say you're against another shield, and they inject something, immediately immediately entering garbage into the opponent's field, bypassing the garbage queue. This injection will not cancel Unbreakable. And so if you make it through this whole 10 seconds without any garbage entering your queue, then you send them 3 unclearable garbage, and that's really solid. Pretty much how I'd see Shield getting played would be right before you use Unbreakable, you just clear a boatload of back-to-backs, as much as you can, or you do a big combo, and right before you do that big combo, you use Unbreakable, and then pray that your opponent isn't able to clear that. Or if you see that your opponent is struggling, just hit them with the Unbreakable, because they're not going to be sending you lines. And that's going to be really solid. The downside is that you have to block lines to charge Unbreakable. So Shield, it's kind of more of a slow game, because you charge by blocking 8 garbage lines using Aegis. So this is like a mid-game kind of. Well, okay. Depending on what skill level you're at, this could be like a mid-game kind of skill to use. Moving forward onto Sniper, they revive this thing called the block box down stack right here. And I want to explain that really fast. Pretty much, it's you get garbage, and then you stack up for like a quad, and then you clear the garbage with your own lines, and that's what this mixed clears thing is. So instead of doing combos, you'd want to stack up, do quads, and then you'd get these bonus attacks that go with your current attack, and that's pretty good. And then snipe, you can hold 3 charges of snipe, and you inject two garbage lines per charge. So pretty much it skips over their garbage queue. So theoretically, you just a bonus 6 lines of attack. If you just like stack all this up, so if you see your opponents close and then you attack them, and then you can just inject that immediately and top them off, and so that's pretty good. The downside for sniper here is that you need to wait for your opponent to send you garbage lines to actually charge snipe. So again, sniper is not really an early game character. You've got to just wait for garbage. So both sniper and shield now have needed opponent's garbage to do anything. But definitely very cool character. Then moving on to my personal favorite, which is mine. Mine, basically, it changes the T-spins to mines. Now, what is a mine? Basically, it is a single garbage line that sort of holds all of the rest of the garbage. And what do I mean by that? So let's say that you send them a T-spin double. And let's say you're at level 1, so your T-spin double only sends 2 lines. Pretty much, this mine line will be sent, okay? And at level 1, you get a bonus +1 for your T-spins. So that is 3 lines, right? We've got 2 from the double and 1 from the passive. Then the mine gets sent over to your opponent as a single line, and as soon as they clear that garbage, the extra 2, because 1 would be used, the extra 2 get sent to them into their garbage queue. So basically it just stores up your attacks as mines, and so as soon as they clear it, they'll get attacked even more. And then the active is, after a 5-second countdown, detonate all the mines that you sent before, and includes any mines that you send during the countdown, and it turns them all into regular lines, and then it sends their stored amounts over as well. But during the countdown, your mines will not detonate if cleared. So let's say you're sending a lot of T-spin doubles and you use countdown and they clear them all out while you're counting down in these 5 seconds, then your attacks have essentially just been like mitigated. And so you really, the downside for mine is that you really need to watch your opponent's board, and I definitely struggle with that. So we'll see how mine goes. I'm pretty set on trying to learn mine as soon as they come out. But of course, all of these classes are subject to change. So maybe this'll be a different number, or maybe mine won't even be in the game. Lastly, we've got color clear, and so if you do a perfect clear, and you have garbage, it counts as a color clear. So your board is empty, devoid of color. It's only the gray lines, and that's what color clear utilizes. But yeah, so color clears, they send these extra lines at those levels to your opponent, and it injects 1 colored line to yourself. And so basically this yellow colored line is a line that you have to clear, obviously, so that you can't just like chain color clear. And the active blackout is only usable when you have a yellow line on the board. So only after you color clear can you use blackout. And basically all of the garbage will line up with the yellow line, and then you can just bada bing bada bam clear it. This is actually really solid because if you think about it, let's say all of your things get aligned and you have 3 garbage lines and your 1 yellow line. All the garbage gets aligned, boom, you just put in an eyepiece, and then you're able to get another color clear and a perfect clear. So this is pretty solid. The problem is getting color clears in the game is not easy. Or at least I think it's not easy. I don't know, maybe some of you Tetris gods out there can just easily see perfect clears, and I guess then by association you could see color clears, but I personally cannot. But yeah, so those are the classes. Super exciting. Next, I want to talk about potential matchups, and first and foremost, these are all my opinion, and I have no idea how this will work actually in game. And also, I have no idea how color clear will match up with anyone, because this is really dependent on how well you can color clear. So we are just going to take color clear out of the matchup rotation. Let's start with Thief. So I think that Thief should do pretty well against Sniper, since every single time that Thief does anything, it should be in quads, right? Because your active is charged by clearing quads, and you can't even send single doubles or triples, right? So everything that thieves will send, they're going to be like wells, right? They're going to be 4 wells. And the problem with that is that snipers need to do mixed clears, which means that some of their clear has to be garbage and some of them have to be color. And the problem with that is that when everything's a well, you have to block the only way you can clear colored lines with garbage lines would be an L or a J, or I guess theoretically an S or Z. And that would cause them to block off the rest of the well. So I think maybe Thief can do better against Sniper. Next, Shield. I think Shield will beat Thief, because Thief only sends quads. So you're unbreakable. You know, they have to like build up to that quad before sending anything to you, anything into your garbage queue. And since your unbreakable only has 10 seconds, it's just, if you defend more than like 2 quads, you should be okay depending on how fast they are. Next, Sniper. I think Sniper will do well against Mine, because Mine's passive is that they only send out that 1 garbage line, and so it's really easy for Sniper to just bada bing bada bam get some mixed clears. Next is Mine, and I think Mine will do well against Thief, because them clearing single line mines and not getting anything out of it because they're so quad oriented is probably where Mine will shine the most, because the Thief will clear it, and not only will they not send anything back to the Mine player, but also they'll have to deal with the extra garbage that comes with the Mine. And yeah, those are the current matchups I think that will happen. Of course, at different skill levels and at different tiers of play, there's going to be differences, and there's going to be better characters and worse characters. I have no idea how any of these will play out, but I'm super excited to see these characters in game and play Tetris with characters. It'll be so cool. Literally the first time I've ever seen this, and I'm so excited to see this in the Tetris ranked games. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed. Comment down below what you personally think about these classes. I'd love to hear about your ideas. And if I got anything wrong, or you think I got anything wrong, please shout at me down below so I can get this cleared up as well. And subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Yes. Other than that, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!